Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you with another video, and today I really want to check out this Datsun 280zx. It is in the Elite 64 line from Hot Wheels, which is a line that has just grown on me and grown on me and grown on me. I actually really enjoy it now. I wasn't so into it at first and kind of was confused by it at first, but I think I get it now, and I think I actually really enjoyed it. So I am stoked to actually get this, a 280zx. I love Datsun Zs or Nissan Zs. I'm just into them. So it is something that I am excited about to open up this new Elite 64. This is number 9. However, there is some confusion because I think we're actually missing a number 8 car that has not come out yet. You know, I forgot my notes, so I'm reaching here. So you can see I got that Porsche peeking out in the background. Okay, so that's the number 7 car. We'll actually go backwards real quick here. So this Porsche, number 7 in the Elite 64 line, right? Pretty cool. I did a video on this as well, and I really liked it. I compared it to the original Real Rider version of the 928, and this is the 928 Safari, and I thought this was pretty cool. Pretty basic for a Elite 64, except for it's got the rubber tire in the back. That's an actual rubber tire for the spare. There's no like opening features or detachable parts or anything weird like that. So there's that one. Okay, so we just looked at that one recently. And then prior to that, it was the Audi RS7. And I haven't actually even opened up this one yet. So I'm going to open up this real quick right now. This was actually number 6, right? So we went 7, 6. There is no 8. And then the one that they're releasing this week is the Bugatti, which is number 10. So I don't know what the number 8 car was supposed to be. Someone probably knows and will comment regarding it. This is the only one I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get it. But then I was like, you know what? I do want it because I want a complete set of the Elite 64, at least for a while. While it's manageable, I want it. In comparison to the RLC, these cars are a little bit less expensive, and you know they're not hard to get. You typically can get them. They're not going to sell it even the day of release. Usually, you got a while to order them, and I think they make lots and lots and lots of them. So no issues trying to get them, and overall, I like the line. This one, you got inserted details for headlights. You got detail on the bottom there, some detail around the exhaust, some inserted detail for the tail light as well, crisp tampos and graphics where needed. I think the issue with this one is a lot of people said like the shape of the car was not right or something was not right about this in 164. And I, you know, to be honest, cannot comment on that because I'm not really super familiar with the real deal car. All right, there's all that. But yeah, so I'm not super familiar with that, but Elite 64, it looks pretty good. It looks decent, okay? Pretty good. It's not super fantastic. It's not super exciting casting, but it is pretty neat. So we're going to go set that one right there. So we got the Porsche. We got the Sportback. We got this thing, which is the Land Rover Defender. And this is another one that I'm kind of like I wasn't super excited about when it came out, but you know what? I'm like I'm gonna get it. It's got the inserted details for the headlights. We got detailed metal base. We got details back here. So all in all, I mean it's pretty nice. It's not bad. Again, it rolls. It's a Hot Wheels. I'm digging this line. I think these are cool additions to the Hot Wheels collection. I think they're done quite well. This one's done really well actually. And it's got a lot of detail and all that good stuff. Just not that exciting of a car, so I'm not like super into it. This one, however, I was like, all right, here we go. Now, Mini GTs put out these Liberty Walk Aventadors, quite a few of them, right? So we've got super premium ones from Mini GT, but it's really cool to see a Hot Wheels one done like this as well. And the neat thing about this, of course, is that this has all sorts of weird stuff going on with moving parts. So you can take the spoiler off, for example, and you can leave it like that, spoilerless. You can pop the bottom out, check out the exhaust. Look at that. And then I think also, what else comes off of this? The back window bit. So it's got like removable parts So you can kind of configure this in different ways, and I think that that's pretty nifty. I mean, I don't think you can do just this, can you? No. But really neat, I guess, really neat idea to do this car like that. And what do you got to do? You got to put this in with it, almost. Yeah, like put it together and then put that together. I don't really play around with this too much, but pretty neat that that is a feature on this one. And I thought they did a pretty darn nice job on this Lambo. And of course, this is kind of a desirable car, so it is something that, you know, people are going to go for. So I think this one sold really well. I'm guessing it sold really well. I could be wrong, but I think this one probably did maybe the best out of all of them, except for maybe the first release of Elite 64, just because of the novelty of it. And then there was this one. This is the modified 69 Ford Mustang. This one's a little bit on the weird side, right? I didn't pick this one up initially. I ended up getting it from somebody else secondhand. Same with the Audi, by the way. I got that from my buddy Jay. He sold one to me, so I appreciate that. He really saved me the shipping. I actually paid less for it, because he's always shipping me a box. Then this one's got a removable piece as well. You got to pop up the front and then pull out the hood, and then you can see the motor in there with the two big cold air intakes or whatever right there in the turb skis. This one looks like it almost has co-molded wheels, but it doesn't. They're rubber. Quite the modified Mustang. But you can kind of, when you're looking at the group of cars here, kind of get the trend that's going on, except for maybe this one right here. This is the odd man out to me so far. And then we got this. This was actually the second car, I believe, released, but it's number one in the set. And this is the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL, and this one's done like a race car. And I thought this one was really sweet. And this one does have opening doors, so that's pretty nifty. So you do get, well, if I can get it open, opening doors. And the opening parts on this model are actually done very, very nicely. So really, really cool there. Very, very neat. So I dig that a lot. Very much so. So I thought this was a really cool one. This is the first one I actually ordered straight up. I was like, yeah, I want it. I want this Mercedes. And I think it's really nice. I think it's really nice. And the opening doors, I think they did a good job on these in comparison to some other opening door models that we've seen from Mattel. So we need room here because we got another one yet here. The other one is the Chaser. Now this was the one that was first showing up, right? Was this Toyota Chaser JZX 100. And it's got the detailed exhaust. It's got the inserted details for the taillights and the headlights. People were kind of complaining about this model when it first came out because they're like, oh, I don't really get it. It's you can see the post on the headlights, so they're inserted. That's great, but there's big posts in there and blah 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 blah. And you know, we do get like quite the detailed interior too. I don't know if you can see in there real good, but we'll check it out. But anyway. Yeah, it kind of gives you an idea here what the line's about. They're modified cars, right? They're supposed to be almost like a 1/64 scale, like a detailed 1/64 scale, like you'd see from like Mini GT or, you know, Inno 64, you know, these other detailed brands that like to put out detailed models. So they're kind of along the lines of that, right? However, they are modified in like a Hot Wheels way, so they're true to Hot Wheels, right? So this is not a stock 928. I don't know about this thing. This is not a stock Land Rover pickup, right? This is not a stock Lamborghini. That's not a stock Mustang. This is not a stock Toyota Chaser, right? And this is not a stock Mercedes. It's racing, right? So that's what they're doing here, is they're just making Hot Wheels. They're Hot Wheels, but they're not trying to take over like the really detailed 1/64 scale exact replica vehicles, right? That's not what I think they're going for. They're going for a modified look. They're keeping it Hot Wheels in that regard. So that brings us to this, the Pandem Datsun 280zx. And again, this has a Rocket Bunny body kit, and that's what this is about, right? So this is not a stock 280. This is a modified 280, and I am glad to get this one and add it to my Z collection, which, by the way, I will be doing a video on all of the 1/64 scale Zs that made by different brands and such, that I have in my collection, and I'll feature some pictures, thanks to some folks, of some that I don't have in my collection, but we will check those out. But here is the Z. So let's go ahead and let's make the camera go down a little bit here. See if we can get a little bit of a closer look at it. Pop her up right there. Actually, let's do this too. Let's move the light a little bit. All right, check that out. So again, not a stock car, right? This has got a body kit, and it's got a body kit, but look at the details. It looks really good. No opening features on this one, and I'm totally fine with that. Appears we have a pretty darn good detailed interior as well. And then these wheels, they have some camber to them to ride low, and that is a cool touch as well. Well, and actually, they're not the first. I think this one's got a little camber to it too, right? The Chaser does. Pretty sure that does as well. Not sure exactly how they construct the car to do that. I've never taken one of these apart, but man, this is cool. Hot Wheels logos all over the place. It's red, white, and blue. It looks really neat. Just a great release. I bought 2 of these. I was tempted to get a couple more, actually, believe it or not, because I just really like the Z cars so much, and I'm actually going to keep that second one. I'm just going to squirrel it away for a while. Not sure if it'll ever be valuable, like these will ever go up in price like RLC cars will, but you never know, right? You just never know. It could happen. And even if it doesn't, who really cares, right? I don't collect it for that purpose. But yeah, really neat. And again, we got details. Look at the taillights. Yeah, they kind of look like a popsicle. They could have used a little bit more detail back there and like breaking up the colors, like an actual, like some chrome in there or something like that. But I am not going to complain about this model whatsoever. I think it's actually quite nice. Look at that. You got the radiator in there, and then I think that's a radiator, or is it an intercooler? I don't know. Radiator, right? And then you got headlight detail up front, which looks okay. I mean, it's not the best inserted headlights, but keep in mind, this is a Hot Wheels. It's not something that they do a ton of, so I think this is really cool. This is right up my alley, so I had to pre-order this when I saw it, and I think that's why they did this one as a pre-order. And the wheels do wobble a little bit. I heard something about that. Not a big deal. But this was a pre-order, and it was a pre-order, and I think that's the reason why it was a pre-order, right? It was a pre-order because they knew this one was going to sell well, right? And how would it not sell well? I'm trying to adjust my exposure here, sorry. Whoa, we're doing crazy stuff. It's turning orange. There we go. So they knew this one would do well. And I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did well. I'm sure it did very, very well. And I think it looks great. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. I want to know your opinions about the Elite 64 line in general. I know I've asked for this opinion a couple times. I've gotten some answers, but it's always neat to hear as each release comes out. And as each release comes out for me, I start to like the line more and more and more. And I do have a lot of the Hot Wheels 100% line from back in the day. It would be fun, maybe after a little bit, to do kind of a compare and contrast, right? Between the old 100% line, that would be the closest thing I guess you could really compare to this modern day Elite 64 line. and this modern day Elite 64 line. See kind of what, you know, what the differences were in the way they're constructed, casting selection, all sorts of fun stuff like that. I think that would be a blast. You guys let me know if you want to see a video like that, and maybe we'll make it happen. All right, thank you guys so much for watching another fun episode. And like I said, I'm stoked to get this one. The Audi's pretty cool too. It's nice to be able to just open that up now and have that added to my Elite 64 collection as well. But I'm digging these cars. You guys let me know what you think. I'll talk to you later. Bye.